Have you ever woken up feeling like the day is already slipping away from you? Like no matter how much you rest, your energy just doesn't match up to what it used to be? Well, you're not alone. Many of us, as we get a little older, notice that our routines need a gentle tweak. Not to turn back time, but to make the most of the time we have. That's why today we're talking about practical routines for a balanced senior life. Simple, everyday habits that can help you feel more energized, focused, and truly enjoy each day. These aren't drastic changes or complicated rules. Instead, think of them as small adjustments that add up to big differences over time. Now let's start with the first habit. One that might seem obvious, but it's often overlooked. Start your day with gentle movement. You don't need to run a marathon or lift heavy weights to feel the benefits of movement. In fact, some of the most effective exercises for seniors are the simplest. When you wake up, take just 5 minutes to stretch in bed. Reach your arms overhead, point and flex your feet, and gently roll your shoulders. This helps wake up your muscles and get your blood flowing. Then, if you can, step outside for a short walk, even if it's just around your backyard or down the driveway. The fresh air and natural light do wonders for your mood and energy levels. And if walking isn't easy for you, seated exercises work just as well. Lift your knees one at a time, do slow arm circles, or even march in place while holding onto a sturdy chair. The key is to move, not to push yourself too hard, but to remind your body that it's alive and ready for the day. Hydrate before you caffeinate. Many of us love starting the day with a cup of coffee or tea, and that's perfectly fine. But before you take that first sip, try drinking a glass of water. Overnight, your body goes hours without fluids, so you wake up slightly dehydrated. That can make you feel sluggish before you even begin your day. Keep a glass or bottle of water by your bedside and take a few sips as soon as you wake up. If plain water doesn't excite you, add a slice of lemon or cucumber for a little flavor. This small habit helps kickstart your digestion, supports your joints, and even sharpens your mind. And don't worry, you can still enjoy your coffee or tea afterward. Just think of water as your body's first good morning. Plan your day around energy peaks. Here's something you may have noticed. Your energy isn't the same all day long. Maybe you feel most alert in the morning, or perhaps you hit your stride after lunch. Instead of fighting against your natural rhythm, work with it. Take a moment to think, when do you feel your best? That's the time to tackle tasks that require focus, whether it's reading, gardening, or calling a loved one. Save lighter activities like watching TV or flipping through a magazine for when your energy dips. And don't be afraid to take short breaks. Sitting down for 10 minutes with your feet up isn't being lazy, it's giving your body the rest it needs to keep going. Now, these first 3 habits are just the beginning. They're simple, but when you put them together, they create a strong foundation for a balanced, fulfilling day. And the best part, you don't have to do them perfectly. Even small steps in the right direction make a difference. So, try these out for a day or two, and see how they feel. And when you're ready, we'll move on to the next set of habits. Because life after 60 isn't about slowing down, it's about finding the rhythm that works best for you. You know, sometimes the smallest habits have the biggest impact, especially when they become second nature. If you've been trying those first few routines we talked about, gentle morning movement, hydrating first thing, and planning your day around your energy, you might already be noticing little shifts. Maybe you feel a bit more alert in the mornings, or perhaps you're just enjoying that quiet moment with your glass of water before the day really begins. Well, today, we're going to build on that foundation with a few more habits that can help you feel even more balanced and energized. These aren't about adding more to your to-do list. They're about making the most of what you're already doing, just with a little extra intention. 4. Eat for steady energy, without overthinking it. Let's talk about food, because what we eat plays a huge role in how we feel, but it doesn't have to be complicated. One of the best things you can do for your energy levels is to focus on balance. Instead of skipping meals or eating large heavy portions that leave you sluggish, try smaller, more frequent meals with a mix of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. For example, if you usually have toast with jam for breakfast, try adding a spoonful of peanut butter or a slice of cheese. That little bit of protein helps keep your blood sugar steady so you don't crash an hour later. And if you're not hungry first thing in the morning, that's okay. Just listen to your body. Maybe a small handful of nuts or a yogurt is enough to tide you over until lunch. Another tip? Keep healthy snacks where you can see them. A bowl of fruit on the counter, some pre-cut veggies in the fridge, or even a few hard-boiled eggs ready to grab can make all the difference when hunger strikes. 5. Stay social, even in small ways. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Staying connected isn't just good for your mood, it's good for your health. Research shows that seniors who have regular social interactions tend to have sharper minds, better emotional well-being, and even stronger immune systems. But that doesn't mean you need a packed social calendar. If getting out isn't easy for you, a short phone call with a friend or family member can do the trick. Even chatting with a neighbor over the fence or waving to the mail carrier counts. And if you're tech-savvy, video calls can be a great way to see loved ones' faces without leaving home. The key is to make it easy and enjoyable. No pressure, just connection. 6. Wind down with a relaxing evening routine. Ever notice how the way you end your day affects how you sleep and how you feel the next morning? A calming evening routine doesn't have to be elaborate. It's about signaling to your body and mind that it's time to slow down. About an hour before bed, try dimming the lights and turning off screens. Instead of watching TV or scrolling on your phone, you might read a book, listen to soft music, or even do a few gentle stretches. If you like tea, a cup of chamomile or warm milk can be soothing. And if your mind tends to race at night, keep a notepad by your bed to jot down any thoughts or to-dos for the next day, just to clear your head. The goal isn't perfection. Some nights you might fall asleep in your chair watching the news, and that's okay. But on the nights you do take those few extra minutes to unwind, you'll probably notice the difference in how you sleep and how you wake up. Now these 3 habits, eating for steady energy, staying social, and winding down gently, work hand in hand with the ones we talked about earlier. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to do them all at once. Maybe this week, you focus on adding a little protein to your breakfast, or you make one extra phone call to a friend. Small steps still move you forward. And when you're ready, we'll wrap things up with a few final habits that tie everything together, because a balanced life isn't about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters for you. You've made it this far, and that tells me something important about you. It says you care about making the most of each day, not by chasing some impossible standard of youth, but by finding simple, meaningful ways to feel your best. And that's exactly what these final habits are all about. Tying everything together so you can create days that feel balanced, fulfilling, and truly yours. 7. Keep your mind active without stress. Just like our bodies, our minds thrive when they're gently challenged. But here's the good news. Keeping your mind sharp doesn't mean doing crossword puzzles until your brain hurts. It's about finding little ways to engage your curiosity and creativity in ways that feel enjoyable. Maybe it's trying a new recipe instead of cooking the same meals every week, or listening to a podcast about a topic you've always wondered about. Even something as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk can give your brain a pleasant little workout. If you enjoy games, play them, but don't force yourself to do Sudoku if you hate numbers. The key is to enjoy the mental stimulation, not turn it into homework. 8. Practice gratitude, the easy way. Here's a habit that takes almost no time but can change your entire outlook, taking a moment each day to notice something good. It doesn't have to be profound. Maybe you appreciated the way sunlight came through your window in the morning, or how your cat curled up in your lap. Some people like to write these things down in a notebook, but you could also just pause and mentally say, "That was nice." Why does this matter? Because as we get older, it's easy to focus on what's harder than it used to be. But when we train ourselves to notice the small joys, the perfect cup of tea, a grandchild's laugh on the phone, we rewire our brains to spot the good more often. And that makes every day feel a little brighter. 9. Learn to rest without guilt. This might be the most important habit of all, giving yourself permission to rest, really rest, without feeling like you should be doing something productive. So many of us were raised to believe that our worth is tied to how much we accomplish, but that's simply not true. If you need to sit down and close your eyes for 15 minutes in the afternoon, do it. If you want to spend an hour watching the birds at your feeder instead of cleaning the house, that's time well spent. Rest isn't laziness, it's how your body and mind recharge so you can enjoy the things that matter to you. Now if you're thinking, that's a lot to remember, here's the secret. You don't have to do all of these habits every single day. This isn't about checking boxes. It's about having a toolkit of simple practices you can turn to, depending on how you feel. Some days, you might focus on moving gently and eating well. Other days, the best thing you can do is rest deeply and call a friend. The real goal? To wake up each morning and ask yourself, what would make today feel good? Maybe it's one thing from this list, maybe it's none. That's perfectly okay. These routines aren't rules, they're invitations to experiment and discover what helps you feel balanced and content. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this: small steps count. Every time you choose to drink that glass of water, take those deep breaths, or savor a quiet moment, you're investing in your well-being. And those small investments add up to a life that feels richer, calmer, and more joyful. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small habit that's made a difference in your life? Share it in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. Until next time, remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're whatever years you decide to make yours.